One of Philip Stopford's newer pieces in our catalog is a lovely setting of In My Father's House. Philip, can you give us the background on the writing of this piece?
Yes, certainly. In My Father's House was commissioned by the choir of St. Petronile in Glen Ellen, Illinois. And it's a setting of the text, "In my Father's house are many dwellings, and if I go to prepare a place for you, I will come back again and take you to myself, so that where I am, you also may be." So it would be suitable as a funeral text, often a text read at funerals, but also a message of hope, to people, and the glories of the life after life beyond Earth, I guess, beyond where we are now, and the future, and actually how exciting the afterlife promises to be.
That's right. And I noticed that there is going to be an orchestration to this piece.
There will, yes.
And tell me a little bit about that project.
Well, we're beginning to. I decided that it would be nice to start setting some of these pieces for orchestra, both this piece and some of the Christmas pieces as well, because it just provides new colours to the music, and a new shape, a new sound to already existing organ and choral, the scores, the octavos. So we're looking forward to that. We'll be returning to Truro Cathedral, where we recorded Do Not Be Afraid a few years ago, and we have a rather exciting orchestra booked, but I can't tell you any more than that at the moment.
A secret.
It's a secret. But they're great.
What do you know at this point about the orchestration? Fairly full?
Yeah, fairly full orchestration, definitely, yes. I mean, I see it very much, as I look at the music now in front of me, I see it very much as based in the strings, which you would normally do with an orchestra. But there are so many colours in this piece, because of the different sections of the verses in the text. Do not let your hearts be troubled. There are where I am going, you know the way. I am the way, the truth, and the life. All of those sort of very familiar Christian phrases from the Bible that provide colour and strength and depth and all the different things that an orchestra can deliver.
Could be that. I think that'd be exciting to hear.
Yeah.
There's a place as we move through this toward the end in which I think it's just a striking change personally. When you go, I will come back again and take you to myself, that where I am you may also be. That from that point to the end, it sounds very hopeful and very uplifting. Did you envision that when you started writing it? Did you know where you wanted to end?
Again, yes, definitely. I'm very much driven by the text every time. So I will have the text on the piano, and I will walk to the piano and play a bit and walk away and do other things and come back to it. And I may do that for a number of weeks, and the whole thing is slowly developing in my mind, and I'm looking at the text, what it says, and actually what it means.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very easy to gloss over, what the text is actually saying. So if I'm struggling to understand exactly what I think a phrase means, then other people will. So I've got to deliver what I believe is the musical translation of the text, really. So this piece I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Do not let your hearts be troubled. Do not be afraid. I have told you I will come back to you.
So then it turns.
Have faith in me.
Right. So then
so
it
that's
really
why
turns.
it's hopeful. So the music has to reflect the hopeful nature of the text.
I think that's great. I think that's one of the reasons I think it's going to be very popular.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope people that see that and enjoy that, and my job is to try and give a new understanding or a greater understanding of just the text alone.
One last question.
Yeah.
Do you tend to start from the keyboard with your pieces, or do you start with pen and paper?
I sort of have a system now, actually. I would have the laptop sometimes on top of the piano, and I would have a pen and paper as well, and sometimes I'm working just with the pen and the paper initially, or then I would transfer bits of it from the pen and paper to the laptop, and then I will play it, and then I might fix things on the laptop. So sometimes there's lots of things going on at once, and even in the way that I would approach this piece or other pieces, I would write the refrain first, then then sort of the verses in the middle. Then I might write the introduction last, using some material from so yeah, I have a system really.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, let's listen to a little bit of this piece.
Great. Yeah. Good idea.